Hello, welcome to Die Rolling. I'm the ever excitable Adam, and today I'm here to talk to you about heat, heavy rain. It's taken me a few times to actually do this introduction because every time I go to say heavy rain, I say heavy metal because it's heat pedal to the metal, and my brain can't connect the two. So heat, heavy metal. This is a new expansion for the Heat racing game. It brings a bunch of new things to it, and I played both maps and a little bit of the championship, and I wanted to kind of give you an idea of what you can get in this game and whether this is a worthy expansion to your Heat title. Do you need to have this game if you have Heat? Like a lot of board games out there, they have expansions which they really are kind of the main game really benefits a lot from having expansions, and other ones are just like, well, that's okay. So straight out of the box, let's talk about what you get in here. So I've already done an unboxing for that. You can watch that video on our channel, but I'll talk to you again about what you get in there. So you're getting a double-sided map, which has got both Japan and Mexico on. Now, these new race courses have a couple of additions. So first of all, Mexico and Japan have chicanes on there. So the chicanes are basically two corners very close to each other. And when you're going around that kind of those double kind of corners, you have to ensure that you're not going over the speed limit or you're going to be charged heat twice. So they can be pretty dangerous, especially when you have road conditions increasing or decreasing the speeds of those corners. Something to watch out for. And the Japan level has flooded sections. The flooded sections are a personal favorite of mine. Essentially, what that means is whenever you're trying to go down gears, it's harder to go down gears. It's going to cost you one extra kind of heat to do that. So the flooded spaces, they are a personal favorite of mine. I enjoy the fact that if you move now one gear, it's going to cost a heat. Move now two gears, it's going to cost two heat to do that. Really interesting kind of mechanic. So that's the difference. The other difference that's on these two maps are there are little kind of chevrons above certain corners where if you're playing with AI drivers, they can actually clear two corners as opposed to the normal rule where they can only go up to the next corner. So it does make them a bit more aggressive, which for a lot of people playing with the AI drivers, it's a welcome change. Next, the other thing that's different about them is they've got spaces for 12 cars. So when the first game came out, there was space for 8 cars on the 4 maps that were provided. This one brings out 12 spaces for each of the map providers. So 2 of the maps you're going to get are going to have 12, and the 4 with the base game have 8. So that's the difference with the maps. What else do you get? Well, you also get sponsorship and upgrade cards. The sponsorship and upgrade cards introduce a new symbol called Super Cool, and it is pretty cool because basically what you can do, any heat you have in your discard pile, if you play a Super Cool card, you can actually take cards from your discard pile and put them back into your engine, which is really powerful. It can really help you, turn the tide in the game. So watch out for those. They're all air intake. That's the new kind of like new thing they've put into this game. So what else do you get? Well, you've obviously got a new orange player, and you get the orange car, you get the orange kind of gear stick, you get a new player board, which is orange, and all the cards that you need. So the basic upgrade cards, all the other cards you'd need for it, some additional heat, and some additional adrenaline/stress cards. You also get the new championship. So I've got the cards here. So essentially 1964, you get 4 races in this particular one. You're going to start in Japan. So in Japan, you've got in press corners, you gain 2 sponsorship cards instead of 1. Race 2 is in France. You may only slipstream if you were in 3rd or 4th gear due to turbulent winds. Chicanes for increased safety in Mexico for your 3rd race. For this race, you may discard heat cards during step 8. And then finally, sudden heavy rain delays race. The last race is in Japan. Nobody benefits from adrenaline this race. That's pretty interesting. So yeah, you're going to do a 4-race kind of championship in 1964. You also get 2 track cards as well, so that you can basically, if you're randomizing which tracks are coming out, you've got the new tracks are in your circulation. So what is the good thing about this? So the good thing about this is all the content you're getting here is pretty good. For the price you're paying, I think it's around £26. I think that's a fairly decent price for you getting here. 2 very lovely maps on here. You've got a new player card, new player components, new cards. I think for the price and what else is out there, you know, I think that's fairly okay price-wise for this. I know some people were disappointed that there weren't more than one car in this expansion. And interestingly, the actual box itself does have space for several different cards in here, which yeah, I'm not quite sure why that is, unless you're supposed to use the Heavy Rain box to put in additional cards from maybe the new cars they're going to bring into the game. What do I like in this? I enjoy the maps. The maps are great. I enjoy the flooded spaces. I enjoy the chicanes. That's pretty cool. I enjoy the fact you've got a new player. I enjoy the actual races themselves. They're pretty interesting maps to play on. Overall, really nice new maps. And I think if you are playing Heat as much as some people out there who they've got to a point, they know those 4 maps inside out that came with the base game so much they've gone out and printed their own new kind of custom maps. This brings you 2 new official maps, which will add a bit of variety into your game. So I think the new maps are a great addition. Having an additional player means, yeah, you've got some more options, and it also means that you can have more AI playing against you now. Which brings me on to the disappointing parts of this. So first of all, the game expansion is called Heavy Rain. In my mind, that makes me think this was all going to be about weather. I was expecting to find a bunch of weather cards in here. I was expecting to see just more weather conditions in general, but no. For a game that's expansion that's called Heavy Rain, there's 1 map in there out of the 2 that has water on it. If both of them had water on, it'd make more sense, because I'd be like, well, okay, flooded spaces, both of them have heavy rain or something. But yeah, only 1 of the 2 maps actually uses this new mechanic of flooded spaces. And also on top of this as well, the fact that this new like flooded space is only on 1 particular map, I find that boggling. I was expecting to find, you know, if they add a new flooded space kind of like mechanic, why haven't they given you overlays that you could like put onto some of the other maps? So that you could also use that. Great Britain, for instance, we're known for our rain. So the fact that we don't have a course which, you know, could be waterlogged, I find interesting. But anyway, I was expecting more weather conditions in this, and you don't get that. So straight from the offset, I was a little disappointed with that. AI. I always play with AI, and it's been a while since I played the game. So when we actually played the game on the channel, which went on Wednesday, I think it was, or Thursday? Thursday, would have been Thursday. When the Heavy Rain map was played then, I was playing the AI completely wrong. Basically, moving them around corners. I wasn't adding the number above their kind of helmet as well. So yeah, it's been a while since I've played with the AI, but I do enjoy playing with the AI in the game. It really does add a sense of urgency to it. And if you watch our 1961 championship that we've just started, you're going to see, yeah, we have some really fun AI in there. So the reason I'm talking about AI is the fact that you've got a new player in this. You've got a new orange car, but there is no AI cards for that orange car. So if you're playing with, on any of the maps and you've got 6 players and you want to have an AI player, someone has to be orange. You can't have the orange as the AI. I just find it strange that they haven't included stickers to add to those original cards, or done something to, you know, I don't know. I just kind of felt like if you're going to have an AI car mechanic, then you should be able to have it for every color car you're bringing out, rather than forcing people to pick specific cars. I don't really mind which color I play in the game. I normally play yellow due to the fact that the t-shirt I wear in Die Rolling is yellow, and if I'm not playing yellow, I normally get confused and start moving other people's pieces around. Personally, I prefer to play blue cars, or any blue kind of color. But there we are. So I know some people can be very particular about colors, and people might not want to play the orange car. They might want to play the regular color cars that are in there and have oranges and AI. So you're going to have to house rule that somehow at the moment. So maybe whichever one you don't pick is going to be the, for AI at least, is going to be the orange car. I don't know. So I'm just disappointed there weren't any stickers for those cards, so you could basically add AI onto that, or just new cards for that. There weren't overlays so that you could put the flooded spaces on some of the other tracks. Also, the aggressive legends only works around corners on 3 of the maps. 2 of the maps are included in this, and also Great Britain. However, to know which corners they can go around on Great Britain, you're asked to actually get a pen and mark the chevron. I find that ridiculous. Why they couldn't just put stickers in this? Just put some stickers in there of a 0 with a little chicane on there, and not chicane, as a little chevron on there, and you place that on the points in the map you need them. Yeah, I'm expecting maybe there's going to be like a sticker pack that's going to come out if enough people are saying where are the stickers, or at least an overlay pack for some things. I don't know. That's a little frustrating. So yeah, that's it really. So the good elements to this are all the new components you get. The 2 maps are pretty good. The kind of negative sides are more kind of like just nitpicky kind of things really. The fact you don't have an AI for orange, the fact you don't, the weather, there is no new weather cards. There's no, for something that sounds very dependent on weather conditions, there's nothing in the box really. The flooded space only for 1 map. Yeah, so it's a little disappointing on that. Also, the fact that you now have 12 player placements on the new courses, but not the previous ones. I just want to know what the plan is there. There is no, there's no explanation in the little rulebook to say, oh, going forward we're planning on, you know, doing something with additional cars and stuff. You could obviously house rule it. So if you have somebody else has a copy of Heat, they could bring Heat round, or you could bring your Heat to them, and you could play on the new maps and basically use, you know, you could double up on the colors, so you actually have teammates you go around the map with. But yeah, I'm just kind of confused why there's 12 on there, and they haven't told you why there's 12. They haven't even like gone, oh, you'll notice there's 12 here. This is because in a future expansion we're doing this or something. I don't know, I'd like some kind of roadmap, I guess. But yeah, they're just quibbles. They are just quibbles about this game. Heat overall is one of my favorite games. My brother, who has played this several times now, he doesn't really like racing games. I'm not a big fan of racing games. He doesn't like racing in general, but this is one of his favorite games because he really loves that heat mechanic and like working out what you can do around corners. And he often wins, which helps. But yeah, overall, Heat's a pretty good game, and anything that expands what you get in that base game, I think, is always a good bonus. It wasn't until very recently I actually started playing with garage cards, with the advancement cards and stuff like that. So I really think the additional garage cards that come in with this, the additional upgrade cards, are really going to help you kind of like have a bit more variety in the games. I think having a new kind of character car in there really opens up a bit more room for like, yeah, options and stuff. And if you're really into Formula One, there might, I don't really know anything about Formula One, so the orange car might represent a specific team that you're a fan of. I don't know. But overall, is this a buy, play, or avoid for an expansion? Should you buy this if you have Heat? Should you play this if you have Heat? Or should you avoid this if you have Heat? I think if you have Heat, you buy this. It's great as a couple of new maps. You've got more options with your garage, and you also have a ton of new cards you can play with. So new mechanics with the supercore system's pretty good. The aggressive AI is interesting as well. And I do like, although it's only on 1 map, I really do like the flooded spaces. They're pretty interesting. So yeah, it's definitely a buy. There's a few niggles with this. I'm hoping they'll correct this going forward. There'll be some sticker packs or something like that. And if I'm honest, I'm really looking forward to playing the next Heat expansion when that comes out. And incidentally, at the time of me putting this video out, Aircon is just around the corner. And if you'd like to play some Heat, let me know, because I'll be bringing Heat along with me, as well as the Heavy Rain expansion. And you can come and join me and the guys for a couple of games of Heat. Maybe we'll do a championship in a day. We'll see. Anyway, so to summarize that, few little niggles, but overall a fantastic expansion to a really fun game. So it's definitely a buy from me. And that is bye from me, because it's the end of the video now. If you enjoy this content, then please like and subscribe wherever you can find us. And until next time, guys, stay safe or die rolling.